Unpopular vote, I don't give two shits about coal miners. I am so fucking sick of hearing about the coal miners, and they pull out a violin and it's like, Coal miners, that job is fucking over. It has been over for decades. The fight is lost. Move on. Is this the new lost cause for the South? Is this the new Civil War? Oh, well, if only Lincoln had bought the slaves or something like that. Is that what coal mining's become? Where West Virginia and Kentucky and a couple of small places in the rest of the Southeast are just obsessed with this idea that coal mining's coming back and we can save it. It's over. I'm so sick of this shit where people are like, well, we have to respect the coal miners and we have to, it's not, in Hillary's book, What Happened, she had like 2 chapters about coal miners and how she's sympathetic to them and how she would have been great. That's great. That's an industry that employs 70,000 people. That is nothing. That is not even 0.1% of the United States, okay? 0.1% of America has to be obsessed over it. And are they going to have a job? How about the 3 million people that drive trucks and cars and they can be put out of a job for automated trucks? How about the 100,000 people that work at a shitty company like Kmart that Amazon's systematically putting out of business that nobody mentioned in the campaign, okay? You've got shitty companies like Sears and Kmart and JCPenney that all might be out of business in 2 or 3 years, and they employ multiples of the number of people that work in the entire industry of coal. Between automation and different things like that, coal miner jobs are going away anyway because it just sucks. It's a shitty fucking job. You're down in a mine, breathing in black lung disease, getting soot and shit all over your hands. And what kills me is the coal miners that I've seen go out there on TV and be like, well, Hillary don't like coal and Obama don't like coal. And yeah, nobody fucking likes it. Like, just, you want a job that sucks and we all have to die so you can keep this job going. And people say, well, Alabama liberal, you're being unsympathetic. Aren't these your people? Aren't these the working class? I've never fucking met a coal miner. Okay, I lived in Alabama my entire, up till I was about 25 years old. I never fucking met an actual coal miner, okay? And Alabama's one of the top coal states, supposedly. I mean, it's crazy that like people even, talk about this as a job that most people do or that people care about. It's a job for roughnecks in eastern Kentucky and West Virginia to avoid their families for 6 months out of the year. I mean, that's all it really is. I mean, people, they like now they're showing the coal miners and being like, well, we're offering to retrain them. No, that's okay. I don't want to be retrained. But like, well, you can go make solar panels and then you're still, nah, that's fine. I'll just wait till coal comes back. They're offering retraining and they're not taking it. The few programs that they were up on, like they offered a coding class. There was a coding class that they were going to do for coal miners out of work, and that way they could learn how to code or do something. And this was a program. Trump cut the funding for that. So the future of this, there was like 12 jobs and they had over 100 applicants. I mean, there were a lot of people really, really interested in learning how to do something else besides coal mining, and Trump canceled that program. And then all the rest of the coal miners would be like, well, if you don't want to, if coal goes away, you can go work at Home Depot. Nah, I don't want to do that. Well, the New York Times suggested that they do what's called pink collar jobs, which are like, typically feminine jobs or something like, but it's not really like nursing and physical therapy and different things like that. No, hell no, I'm not doing that. Well, you could make solar panels. No, I'm not doing that. For people that are supposedly desperate and sucking the dick of desperation for money, they sure are fucking picky about what they will and won't do. Like, they sure are resistant to any type of new industry that could come in and save them. Beggars can't be choosers, coal miners, and I want that industry to go the way of the dodo bird because it's fucking killing the rest of the country, and it doesn't matter to me if a couple of 100 people in eastern Kentucky have jobs or not, if the rest of us are getting killed over it. It does matter to me that the last Kmart in Alabama just went out of business and the whole chain may go under and it employs just as many people as coal does. Hell, in North Korea, it's a punishment. They take their political prisoners and they make them mine coal. They're working in a coal mine. Other countries use slaves to do this kind of work, okay? It's a punishment in China and North Korea, which, by the way, China is the world's largest exporter of coal by about a mile. So if the entire coal industry goes the way of the dodo bird, you're talking about China having some problems with their funding, which is another video that I made about how our enemies basically run on fossil fuels between coal and oil. America's future is solar, wind, geothermal, perhaps even a nuclear plant or two, and we need to embrace that.